questions for Coach? You guys can start us off.
Well, Coach, how does it feel to be back?
Feels great to be back. We actually started Sunday. This is our second practice in here today, and the guys, they really handled the second practice well because they should be very, very sore, but they really moved around at a high tempo today.
What was the energy level like?
Extremely high. Almost 3 cups of coffee.
Questions?
You made quite a few changes to your coaching staff in the off season. Starting on the offensive side, what were you looking to kind of do? And now that you have everyone together with Robert and Jason and Michael Johnson, how do you see the passing game hopefully developing?
Well, I thought it has developed. I think there's been some changes, which is good. There's some new ideas out there, and those guys, the young people, are grabbing it very, very quickly. They're learning new stuff. So this is no different than when the defense went through the 3-3-5 stuff. So I think so far so good. It's only the second day out. They're going to get better. But there's some exciting things happening out there.
So when you compare it to the change to the 3-3-5, is this like whole new offense? Like how much of your hand do you still kind of have in this?
Well, no. I ain't gonna get to that part, but I will get to this. It's not the 3-3-5 is a totally different deal as far as how the defense thinks and how they react. It's not that drastic of a deal offensively. But I like the tempo that we're moving at. We're moving a lot faster.
You talked, when you brought Sterling, you talked about how you guys were going to work through ideas and maybe he does some things differently, but came from a similar family or whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. This is not necessarily that. Like, are you guys trying to find somewhere in the middle, kind of schematic?
Right now we're going with a bunch of stuff. I have to say how I say this because they want to know what in the hell we're doing. But we're starting with their stuff as a lead, but I think somewhere in there's going to be a blend. But right now we're going with their stuff because it's the way to keep us moving at a very, very fast pace until we can come back and regroup and decide what we want to keep and what we want to get rid of.
What ultimately compelled you to make these changes? Just 2 seasons, one of which was.
Well, the biggest thing is we have to be productive, and the production was not well.
Mostly from November on?
No, I don't make decisions that quick. I think it's been over a period of time.
What are the things that you're hoping to see leading up to the spring game?
Just the energy, these guys grabbing it. No matter what we're doing on offense, no matter what we're doing on defense, we have to be extremely physical. So this is going to be a physical spring. Our numbers are higher than they've ever been, thanks to COVID-13 and all the other things that go along with the transfer portal and name, image, and likeness and all those things. So if we've got the big numbers, we want to make sure that it's a very, very taxing spring, so we'll be extremely physical.
What about the pieces you've added make you confident the passing game can get better? Because obviously your running game is good. If you have Sean and the guys last year, you know the pieces coming back. What's the path toward being able to throw the ball and get benefits?
We just need to make sure we complement one another. I mean, the passes are there, they're open. We just got to make sure we connect with them. And I think there was a lot of things that happened today that you guys didn't see that I think was really, really good. And you guys will get a chance to talk to those guys during the week. But I think we're on the right page.
Dan Villar, you brought in from Michigan. Why do you like him? And what's it like to have, I guess, quarterbacks who do similar things? How does that make practicing easier?
Well, it makes you get to do the same offense over and over and over again. All those guys have fantastic legs. They can do things with their legs, so to speak. And he's been good. He's learning a new thing as well. But to have a big old strapping guy back there that can do some things is going to be awesome. Again, some of the things we're doing because it's not really football.
Sure.
Okay, they may not be doing or showing their best, but as the closer we get to scrimmages and they're allowed to use their legs more and more, you'll get to have get a better vision of what this offense could look like.
I think across football, college, and the NFL, teams have realized you need more than one running back to hold up over the course of a year. Mm-hmm. If you're going to run the quarterback, do you almost feel like you need 2 of them here? Mm-hmm. A guy like Dan gives you another option in that sense?
Well, when you talk about the quarterbacks.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, if you're going to run them, yeah.
Absolutely. If you need to have 2, just in case something happens, if you want to stay the same. So it'll be a positive for us, for sure.
What does the fan base need to know? What's the end goal when it comes to spring ball for you here in 2022?
Spring ball is all about techniques, fundamentals, and getting your X's and O's right. We want to get them bigger, stronger, faster. We want them to know what we're doing so they don't have to think and all they have to do is react. But there's a physical part of this that they need to bring. And we're looking to make sure that the guys that line up 1 or line up 2 at the top of our depth chart can bring that physicality.
What do you want to see from the offensive line this spring?
See them stay together. I mean, it's to see 5 to 7 guys stay together, stay healthy, be able to work through a spring, work through a summer, and then work through a fall together. And if we can get that and get them to stay in the games together, then let's go play.
Dino, you had a number of guys that could have moved on to the NFL draft, and they all came back. How encouraging is that to see big names returning and want to be a part of this?
La Familia Ohana, their family, and I think there's at a point where they really do trust what we're saying. You know, some of these guys are like, hey, if you're not going in as a 1 and 2 and a 3, you need to stay. And that's exactly what we tell them. And if it comes back 4, 5, and 6, some guys have gone in the past, but these guys were like, they weren't going to settle for 4, 5, and 6 when they could be a 1, 2, and 3 and change their lives for a long period of time, their lives, their mom and dad lives, and their brothers and sisters and their offspring. So this group's got a really good head on their shoulders, and I'm excited that they decided to stay there.
Bleach's history with his hip injuries has been pretty well documented. What are you kind of expecting from him, and I guess how ready do you think he'll be for the fall?
I think he'll be extremely ready for the fall. We may or may not get him this spring. I can't sit here and say that, but he feels and has been moving better than he's ever been. And if you guys get an opportunity to talk to him, he's excited. He has not been this pain-free. You know, it's not an injury, but pain-free. So now you're going to get a guy that is relaxed, having fun out there, and I'm excited to see it because even after the surgeries, he's walking around better than I've ever seen him walk around. So I'm excited for when he gets an opportunity to get back on the field.